10 on your side is your local election headquarters. 28 days until Election Day, or 28 more days of campaign ads. But who's paying for them? 10 on your side's Brett Hall is following the funds again this election cycle.
Regina, early voting has been underway in the state for nearly a month now, and not surprisingly, the numbers are nothing like they were this time last year ahead of the elections for president and congressional members. According to data from the Virginia Department of Elections, just over 222,000 Virginians have voted already, compared to nearly 800,000 this same day last year. Likewise, the money going into the state campaigns isn't of the same magnitude. However, it still gives us some insight into which big races we need to watch.
Tim Anderson, the guy who wants to represent us in Richmond.
I'm Nancy Guy.
I'm Alex Askew.
I'm Karen Greenhall, and I'm ready to work hard for you.
In Hampton Roads, there are 21 House of Delegates seats up for grabs this fall. And while nobody can be declared the winner until the last vote is counted, even the casual TV viewer should be able to pick up on the races pollsters believe could go either way. This year, both center in Virginia Beach, in the 83rd and 85th districts. According to the Virginia Public Access Project, just over $1.2 million has been spent on ads in those races since the campaigns began.
We still are, a month plus from the election event.
Dr. Ben Molesky, a political science professor with Old Dominion University, says we should only expect for the cash flow to ramp up as we get closer to Election Day.
Frankly, in this election cycle, the Democrats are on the defensive in a lot of these places, right? You saw a lot of Democratic candidates only win their last election cycle by a handful of points.
Specifically, freshman Democrat delegate Nancy Guy beat incumbent Republican Chris Stolle by just 27 votes in 2019. This time around, she is running to keep her seat from challenger and political newcomer Tim Anderson. To do so, she has garnered quite the campaign war chest, raising more than $500,000 already, more than half that of Anderson.
Here's the problem. Virginia's for sale. Okay, millionaires can buy elections.
The majority of Guy's money, $80,000, comes from the Clean Virginia Fund, whose primary contributor is Charlottesville billionaire Michael Bills. Bills has set out to challenge the power Dominion Energy has on Richmond, and Guy has signed on to the group's pledge to not accept any money from Dominion Energy. However, Guy says that doesn't mean she'll vote the way Bills wants her to.
I haven't. I wouldn't. In fact, the only bill that Clean Virginia called me on last year, I voted the other way.
Records also show Guy has taken 46% of her campaign contributions from out of state, including more than $30,000 from California. Anderson likely has indirect out-of-state donors too. One of his top contributors, GoPac, and records show they take money in from other federal PACs. One thing Anderson doesn't have, at least now, is money from many of the sources that funded Stolle, such as Dominion Energy and Senate Minority Leader Tommy Normant.
It wouldn't surprise me if some money flowed into that race, but not at the same level that we've seen in the past, I wouldn't say.
Anderson tells us he's been told oftentimes those funds are reserved for incumbents.
Now again, it's still very early. We don't know what donations are still to come in. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday at this time till Election Day as we go following the funds. Brett Hall, 10 on your side.